Attahiru Dalhatu Bafarawa has lamented the state of Nigerian politics, saying that politicians today are only concerned with fighting for positions rather than working for the benefit of the masses. In an interview with newsmen on Sunday, Bafarawa decried the collapse of real opposition politics in Nigeria, noting that defections by prominent politicians from opposition parties to the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) were driven purely by selfish interests. Bafarawa, who was a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) until his resignation on January 13, 2025, said politicians have lost genuine concern for the ordinary citizen. He described the political atmosphere as one marked by confusion and selfishness, arguing that both political seekers and the masses are disoriented. The former governor also expressed deep concern over the alarming rate of illiteracy among youth, especially in northern Nigeria, warning that the region's future is at risk. Bafarawa defended poor voters who accept money during elections, stating that the harsh economic realities they have faced them they face leave them with little choice. According to him, only divine intervention can salvage Nigeria from its current challenges. Okay, let me get your thoughts as regards to the critics by Bafarawa.
That's the right thing. That's the whole thing that is happening in the Nigerian policies. It's not like before when our opposition parties were standing in for the right thing to be done. At this point in time, politicians, or put it, the Nigerian politics now don't have a good opposition parties. All the opposition parties, they are switching to the ruling party.
Yeah, we all saw the defection tsunami that happened last week.
So if a governor that seems to be the opposition leader is now moving to the ruling party, it means the country is no longer that kind of stable on the part of political check and balances.
Well, that's you saying that. I mean, so what are the factors that have contributed to the collapse of genuine opposition politics in Nigeria, as described by Attahiru Bafarawa?
The factors that led to that is corruption, greediness, and
well, this is national television. Are you aware that even the international bodies, the international eyes are on it? So.
But we are saying something. You asked me something. I'm trying to talk about it.
Okay.
I'm pointing out things that hinders the proper positioning of these politicians. They were supposed to defend the people. That's the poor masses. They were supposed to, to guide the people, at the same time do the right thing, But this time, the reverse is now the case. You see, instead of them to stand into their political party to defend their people, what you see them doing, they keep moving. They notice that here is not really the way they are. In fact, the ruling party will call the opposition party that they should come in.
Well, there are so
many have a position for you.
A lot of people have described this act of defection from this from the opposition party to the ruling party as a form of shield. They want to shield themselves, as regards the 2027 election, and they are seeking protection, and in order for them to emerge, come 2027.
Now, as all of them are defecting to the ruling party, which person that will now stand in to to confront or to challenge the ruling party during the election? Which people will come to challenge the ruling party when all the opposition parties are defecting, which is to say all their leaders, those who have the power to do the party coordination, those who have the power to coordinate the unit or the ward or the local government, are the one moving out. So how do you think the opposition party will come to play?
Okay, so let's talk about political ideology as well as loyalty in Nigerian politics. So how does the trend of defections from the APC to from other political parties to the APC reflects the broader state of political ideology?
If you check what is happening, it's just a kind of ambition. all right, the central idea is they're supposed to do a kind of check and balance. But now it's just to us, if you can't fight them, you should join them.
All right. So talking about loyalty, what would you make as regards to loyalty?
They're giving the loyalty to the ruling party.
All right.
That is what is happening, because they're supposed to stand to, to defend the people or to defend their party. But at this point in time, all they're doing, they are moving to the ruling party a way to show their loyalty,
all right,
to show their selfishness, and to show their cooperation.
Okay.
A way to say they are no longer an opposition party. That right away they are to support the ruling party. They surrender their whole life.
All right.
Just like the PDP surrendering themselves to the APC.
Okay,
that we are not opposing all you're doing. We are supporting you.
All right. So Attahiru also made mention of the rising illiteracy in the northern part of Nigeria. Now the question is, what are the implications of rising youth illiteracy in northern Nigeria for the region's political and economic future?
What he said, that's very much true. Because you look at when the right thing is not being done, it will affect the people. Environmental factor will come in. Look at when the leaders are no longer putting the people at heart, and they are only going to check what they will have end of the day. They are looking at the position that can put food in their pocket or put food on their table.
Now, these are the issues that we keep talking about. What if the politicians, some of the politicians, they knew about this, they know very well about these happenings that's going on, and then if someone goes out to maybe speak about this, they see it as, just like someone will say, disparaging comments, right? So what if, with all of this happening, what if they look into these issues happening? First thing first is about the illiteracy, ravaging the youths in the northern state. I mean, that's coming from Attahiru, by the way. That's from his analysis. Why are the government or the politicians not looking deep into that? Do you think this is just about the Nigerian sector?
No.
A lot of people, there are lots of eyes that are looking what is going on in Nigeria. I mean, we are on a digital age, so you can never tell to what extent that a lot of people, people outside who would know or have to learn about Nigeria. And then it becomes really worse when we even allow them to come in to experience it themselves. I mean, it passes a very strong message as regards to that. Now the question is, why don't these politicians look into these issues that is currently ravaging, this northern youths?
The point is, if you look at the people of North, from time they go with what we call the centralized government. A way to say, they try to, all their leader tell them that's what they do. Their leader sometimes may discover that investing in them, giving them the best of education may hinder their support in the future.
Okay. So
at the point they want them to be illiterate. So it will look like if I tell him to go and do this, he will go. They want them to be boy at all time.
All right. Well, just so last question, we are out of time. What practical steps could be taken to shift Nigerian politics from self-interest to public welfare beyond relying on divine intervention?
Yeah, that's when we look at democracy. Democracy is a government of the people.
So what happens if democracy is being swept under the carpets? The acts of democracy is constantly being swept under the carpets. What happens in that regard?
That's where the poor masses should be crying, like what we are talking about today. Case in Rivers State, whereby the state is no longer in the hand of those who are supposed to handle the power. That's what we're saying. So the best thing to do is to find a way to give the power to those who can handle, or people who have the people at heart. It will go a long way to support the citizens.
It becomes really difficult to really fish out those who have the interests of the people at heart. Looking at what is currently going on, the tsunami of defection and lots, corruptions, political corruptions and all of that going on, it becomes really difficult. And I'm wondering how that is going to really happen. What do you think?
The point is, if The good people are there.
All right.
But since it is now the order of the day that if you cannot fight them, you should join them. The good people are now supporting the bad people, a way to, you know, get food to their own table, and then they forget about the right thing.
All right, thank you so much.